You see, I'm as polished as they come. When you're Ric Flair, when you're the world champion, woo, when you're all the rich, I am so high on being Ric Flair each day of my life that I might just stick around for another 20 years. Woo!
The Nature Boy's foresight proved prophetic as he maintained his reputation as one of wrestling's elite in the 1990s.
When my name's on the marquee, baby, you know you've seen the best there is. Woo! In all of professional wrestling. Woo! Ric Flair is the guy that, no matter what the event, he gives you 150% every match he's in.
When I was NBA champion, I carried the banner and yelled as loud as anybody that I was the man, because NBA felt it was the most prestigious thing, which it was for years. But clearly in the 80s, Vince McMahon and WWE were making more money than we were. I went up north and sat down with Vince and told him what kind of money that I could be making down there, and what I made the day before. He said, I'll make you more.
The big fish in a small pond. Now he was a big fish in a big pond, and I think Rick really, truly enjoyed it.
So when I went to WWE, of course, it was just everything that I heard of us and more.
I'm going to introduce the man that put wrestling on the map, the greatest world heavyweight champion in the history of this great sport, Ric Flair. For 10 years, it's been two names, Hogan and Flair. Hogan, put up or shut up.
World Wrestling Federation didn't acknowledge the existence of anybody else, so to have a guy come in and say, I'm the real world champion, use the poser, was huge.
I hear that same question. What would happen if you and Ric Flair ever squared off in the ring, brother?
You could have got so much more out of it. I don't think they understood what they had.
Now I'm going to tell Hulk Hogan right to his face that he has the guts to jump on the real world heavyweight champion.
At the time I was trying to get in the business, I believe, and I would go to shows with Flair versus Hogan on top, and the place was standing room only. I mean, you couldn't get another person in there. It was crazy, insane. It was the match that would have been unbelievable 8 years prior.
Ric Flair's greatest achievement in the WWE came at the Royal Rumble.
Winning that title, the Royal Rumble, was awesome.
With a tear in my eye, this is the greatest moment of my life. This is the only title in the wrestling world that makes you number one. When you are the king, you rule the world.
When I came back to WCW, let me make it very clear, after the 2 years of WWE, I was back on my game, and I felt great, and I came back.
It's time, once again, to look at every wrestler in the world today and say, guess what? I'm back. Ric Flair was the consummate world heavyweight champion. It was always the ultimate title that everyone was reaching out to achieve. And as such, Ric Flair carried that banner so admirably with so many people. I mean, he always had a top quality match with whoever he was in the ring with. So, Vader, yeah, I'm emotional. Charlotte's my hometown, brother. But we're talking about the world title.
Saturday 93 was against all odds. I'm going to thought I could beat Vader. That was a great night for me. It was a great great opportunity to wrestle in front of Charlotte, which is now at that time. Huge support, huge night for the person. Sure. Second time Mom and Dad ever seen me wrestle in my life. And had all four of my kids, my wife, that more than an escort band.
It's a moment in the history of this sport that we will never forget. For the 11th time, he is the man. What a career and what a night.
When one asked what's my favorite match involving Ric Flair in the 90s, it was like saying, did Van Gogh or Rembrandt paint any bad paintings? They may have, but over the test of time, they're all still masterpieces. Rick was that good. The ultimate thing in this business is to be able to go in the ring and at the end have both guys come out better than they went in. Rick did that with everybody. Everybody Rick went in the ring with, he raced their game. To me, that's the ultimate testament to his skill.